Hey, good afternoon, everybody. It's October 28th, 2022. We are in the New Testament, and we are in the book of James. We're going to read chapter 2, verse 14 to 26 today. Okay, so James was the brother of Jesus. He was the head of the Jerusalem church, which was the most important church. So essentially, he was kind of in charge of what everyone was doing, went through him. He's writing this letter to Christian Jews that are scattered throughout the region. Maybe churches as well, I'm not sure, and we don't really know for sure because he didn't have a nice big introduction of who he was sending it to. Just, hey, I'm James. So he was a nice, humble guy, and he's writing a bunch of stuff that's important for this first century church and for us to understand. And in this section, he's talking about faith without works. And bear in mind, Paul told us that faith is all you need. You don't need works. That's not part of your salvation. So why is James saying works is part of your salvation? Well, understand that they are saying the same thing. Faith saves you. Your faith in Jesus did all the work. But good works, our actions and our deeds, out of that we should start changing inside. That's what James is talking about. If you don't see any change inside of you, well, then you need to think about what's going on. I help the poor. That doesn't, God doesn't give me extra points for helping the poor. But you know what? If I'm following Jesus and I'm trying to turn my life around, then I want to go help the poor. That's just part of what I want to do. So that's where James is going with your good works. It's evidence that you've got faith. You're starting to change. You're making changes. You're thinking about things more. You're getting yourself in line with God, and that is causing you to do much better things than you used to do. So let's go ahead and we're going to read James chapter 2, verse 14 to 26. What good is it, dear brothers and sisters, if you say you have faith but don't show it by your actions? Can that kind of faith save anyone? Suppose you see a brother or sister who has no food or clothing, and you say, "Goodbye and have a good day. Stay warm. Eat well." But then you don't give that person any food or clothing. What good does that do? So you see, faith by itself isn't enough. Unless it produces good deeds, it's dead and useless. Now someone may argue, some people have faith, others have good deeds. But I say, how can you show me your faith if you don't have any good deeds? I will show you faith by my good deeds. You say you have faith, for you believe that there is one God. Good for you. Even the demons believe this, and they tremble in terror. How foolish! Can't you see that faith without good deeds is useless? Don't you remember that our ancestor Abraham was shown to be right with God by his actions when he offered his son Isaac on the altar? You see, his faith and his actions worked together. His actions made his faith complete, and so it happened just as the scripture says. Abraham believed God, and God counted him as righteous because of his faith. He was even called the friend of God. So you see, we are shown to be right with God by what we do, not by faith alone. Rahab the prostitute is another example. She was shown to be right with God by her actions when she hid those messengers and sent them safely away by a different road. Just the body is dead without breath, so also faith is dead without good works. May God bless the reading of his word, and may God bless you. Bye.